Okay, it's time again for another Project Pan update. I believe this is number 8. And I am starting the final month of this project. You can see I have a lot still, so I won't finish everything, but it's way less than what I started with, so that's good anyway. Let's go ahead and start with the empties. The first thing I have is the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. Finally, I can say this is done. It's not completely dried out and completely empty, but it's not black like it used to be, and I can really only get one eye done before it dries out, and then it just looks weird. So I'm counting this as done. Then I have the Sally Hansen Airbrush Makeup in Light. And I actually did like this, except for the color is really not great. It's that yellowy orange, and it's light enough, it's like really light coverage, that you could blend it out and it didn't look that bad. It feels like there might be a little bit left in there, but I can't spray it out of the sprayer. I don't even think I can get this again if I wanted to. I've seen it on Amazon, but it was like, you know, from marketplace sellers and at varying prices per shade, so I think they actually discontinued this a while ago. But, you know, I liked it well enough. If the color selection had been better, not quite as orangey yellow, I would have liked it more. Then these ones are kind of sad. These right here. I am right down here on this Makeup Forever foundation, and I could have finished it all, but this foundation has basically been living on borrowed time anyway. It's about 4 years old at this point, and one day I used it and it smelled really bad, and I used it anyway, and then I broke out. And I just don't want that to happen anymore. I mean, I feel like I've used like 95% of this. So, you know, I'm okay with that a little bit. I feel like I've gotten most of my money's worth out of this over 4 years. And I do like it, however, it's too expensive for something that I can really only wear when my skin is not dry. So I don't know that I'd get this, but if anyone knows a good drugstore dupe for this, I would definitely get that. And then this right here is the Revlon Color Stay Whipped, and I'm actually surprised by this. It's not as old, though I did get it when these first came out, and this is in 150 Buff. And I'm right there. I have used a good bit of this, but it was the same as the other one. I opened it up after the other one went bad, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll finish this one. And it also smelled bad, but I used it anyway, and I broke out. So, I'm going to toss this. I mean, it looks like I've gotten most of the product down there. But, so that one is done. I did also give away the little Yabby sample that I had from Ipsy. I wasn't going to get to it, and the color was just too dark. I was going to end up having to throw it out or give it away anyway. So I gave that one and the glitter, like it wasn't glitter, but it was a pigment that I had, like it was kind of a antique gold pigment. I had already decluttered the other 3 from that set from Geek Chic Cosmetics. I think that's who they were from. Yeah, I think it was Geek Chic. It was their True Blood set. And I had already decluttered those, so while I was giving those away, I just threw that in. So I got rid of those 2 products. And this is what I have left. So, I was hoping to finish this by this month, and I don't know where my marker is to mark this, but I am right there, so I should definitely finish that. There was my line from last month. So I should definitely be able to finish this. I did start using it as a room spray, but I forgot about it when I got busy, so I'm going to try to use that more frequently till it's gone. I'm kind of tired of the scent, which I didn't love in the first place. I'm not sure why I bought it. And I was really lazy on this, mostly because I have a pillow that's like a fluffy material, and I just didn't want to get this on there. So I didn't make any progress on this. I am right there. And the only foundation I have left is the Hello Flawless Oxygen Wow foundation from Benefit. And this is in I'm Pure For Sure Ivory. It's a little yellow, but again, it's not heavy coverage, so it blends out a little bit better. So I'm going to continue working on this. And I have been using this, but it does not look like there is any progress. It's not even flattened the dome on top. It just requires so little to not look like a clown. I have not used the Garnier roller or the Flower concealer. I have used the Fake Up, and I am right there. This actually takes a while. I use this anytime I go anywhere, basically. I have like the very, very basic of makeup that I do, which is basically concealer under my eyes and on my face if I need it, and powder, and that's like if I'm going to the store, doing something like that. So I use this all the time, and it's right there. Then I have the Ooh La Lift. It's really hard to tell. It doesn't look like it's made any progress from last time. But it looks like it's maybe a little bit further down than this. Like maybe it would be to there. If you can kind of look at the inside of the wand, it looks like it might be to like right there. I have been using the Erase Paste, but it's another one of those, you know, you use so little. And it's right there. But basically for this, I tap my finger in it and use that on an eye, and then do the same for the other one, and then it's done. So it's this I've actually probably had about 3 years, maybe 3.5. Okay, and this is the e.l.f. Cover Everything Concealer, and I'm right there. I mean, I had a good skin month. I didn't need a lot of concealer, which was good for me, but not good for my concealer. So I'm about right there. But I don't mind. I don't think I have any other concealers, or maybe I have like one other concealer. So if I don't finish this all that quickly, that's fine. Then I still have not touched any of these eye primers. This is the only primer that I've been using still, though it is starting to dry out a little bit. It's not getting as much product on the applicator as it used to, but it's still working, so I'm going to go with that. Then for the cream shadows, I've only used this one, and it's right there. Again, yeah, it really doesn't look like much, but it takes so little of this to not look like a disco ball. So, right there. I have finally been able to use this at least once. So obviously no progress is going to be shown on that, but I will continue to use this for the rest of the time. And the mascaras are still going. This Elizabeth Arden one is starting to dry out, and I like it a little bit better, but I still don't love it. This one takes a lot to get off, so I don't really like that one either. But I'm still using them. The NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Cottage Cheese. I have used this like maybe once. And I used to really like this, but I don't really like this anymore. So I'll try to use it, but it's obviously not going to be done. It's like basically the whole thing. I don't think I've ever sharpened this, or I've sharpened it like once before. And the Benefit Eye Bright, I'm right here. And I kind of lost this for most of the month, so it did not get used all that often. But after using this one, you know, I really decided that I did not like the NYX one, because I used them basically for the same thing, like inner corner brightening, but that one's kind of a shiny white and this one is pinky, and I like this one much better. Then I have the Rimmel eyeliner in Nude, and it's right here, but the actual pencil only goes to about right here. It has come out. I think it just popped out. So that is what I have left on this thing. I mean, it stays in so I can use it, but it does come out. And now I'm excited for this. This is the Urban Decay Cream Highlight in Moonshine. And it doesn't look like there's a large pan in there, but you don't use a lot. So I finally hit pan on this, which is what I figured would be all I'd be able to do for this. I'm going to continue using it, but I'm considering hitting pan on this a success, because this has taken forever to get there. Okay, and I think I've used the Tarte Black Emphasized Gel Liner in like maybe once. And I'm continuing to use the brown on my eyebrows, and it looks like this. So I'm like destroying that one half, and this half looks like I have not touched it. But I'm going to continue working on this. And then the Stila In the Moment palette sample. Right there. I really wanted to use this whole thing up, but like especially the purples. I mean, you have to want to wear purple, I guess. And now that I'm done with these two light ones over here, it's harder to use that like bright purple in the center and those two right there. It's been easier on these, but again, it's not really like an all-over color shade. It's more of a crease shade or liner shade or something like that. So, I mean, they're getting there, but it's not an easy selection of colors left. Okay, and then over here, this got lost in my purse as well, so I'm only still to about the top of this design right there. I did use this once, but it didn't, you know, it doesn't really show progress using it once. And I have not used the other two. Also with the lipsticks, I have only used Gem of Roses still, and not all that frequently. I'm really bad about lip color, so I am right there. I'm doing better than I've been doing with lip colors. I tend to do chapstick or something like that, or lip balm more frequently than lipstick, even though I have a ton of them. And these, the Lip Erase, what are these called? Casual Colors, and the Tender Tone. I've only used this, and you know, these are the kind of products that you can't really tell you used other than the swirl in the center. So I used this a couple times. Okay, and that is everything for my Project Pan update number 8. And this is my last update before the finale at the end of December. I'm going to be thinking about the things that I would like to keep and what I would like to get rid of. And I've got some ideas already. Some of them I don't like. Some of them were old when I started and were kind of like the last ditch efforts to use them. So I will be making those decisions and talking about that next time, as well as any more progress that I make. Hopefully I can actually finish a couple products by the end. But that is everything, and I will see you guys later. Bye.